committee was overruled. The Supreme Court, if you read its 45-page order, it has said, why was this committee's findings not taken on board? Why was the chairman, Shashi Shekhar, who wrote to the NGT chairman, I don't agree with this committee. I was running fever, so I didn't read the report. I just signed it. I don't agree. There is no scientific basis. Still, NGT went forward.
Right. So, Mr. Bagga, as you mentioned, the chairman himself was not in agreement with the kind of report that was put out. So I want to ask you, as per the official statement as well. Now, the Art of Living Foundation says that there was some vested interest which put forward the false allegations against the organization. So if you could, for our viewers, also elaborate on these vested interests who are working against the organization.
See, we are people who work for the environment. We have revived 73 water bodies in India. We have planted crores and crores of trees. We run 1,300 free schools where 60,000 girl children are getting free education, 40,000 young students are getting education. We are doing a lot of good work for the environment. In fact, in 2010, we cleaned up the Yamuna. We took out 700 tons of debris from the Yamuna. It is all documented. It has got videographic evidence. I have every single truck challan with me where the trucks took out all that. The government was very clear on the work we were doing. But this very frivolous, very ridiculous, very mischievous objection was put at the last moment. You just imagine an event of this scale where 3.5 million attendees are there. 20,000 people have traveled from abroad. At that time, you come in with a gun on the head. Either you pay 5 crores or I will cancel this event. What does an organization do? So we said, Satyamev Jayate, we are giving this under protest. It's a deposit. It is not a penalty or a fine. It's a deposit. We will win this in the higher court. And we took it to the higher court. We are very grateful to the Supreme Court. They have found the right decision and they have overturned. If you read that 45-page order, they have been very scathing in their criticism of that time's NGT bench. The way they went on a one-sided, I would call it, it was a one-sided, very biased view that they took.
Right. All right. Thank you, Mr. Bagga, for joining us on Republic TV and sharing the view of Art of Living Foundation on this big verdict by Supreme Court. With that, viewers, now shifting focus, the CBI has now registered a corruption and a criminal conspiracy case against former DGCA official Captain Anil Gill and several other companies as well. Now, Gill, who was the Director of Flying Training at DGCA, has now been accused of abusing his official position to extend undue favors to select flying training organizations. According to the FIR registered in the case, Gill allegedly facilitated procurement of training aircraft at nominal prices through Benami entities managed by his relatives and then leased them to favored FTOs as well. Now, the agency says that Blue Throat Aero Global Private Limited, incorporated in 2016 with Gill's family members as directors, bought about 2 aircraft for rupees 10 lakh and rupees 37.5 lakh each and then leased them to Redbird Aviation Academy, generating over rupees 2.16 crore in rentals between 2021 and 2023. The FIR also alleges regulatory favoritism. Redbird received its FTO approval in just over a month, while competitors took about 4 to 6 months. Now, the case in this case was registered on August 21st under the Prevention of Corruption Act and IPC Section 120B. So, big allegations have now come forward against this former DGCA official. My colleague Harsh also joining us with more details on this. Harsh, what is that you're picking up? These are big allegations coming against a former DGCA senior official.
Right, Ishita. Now, this is a case that has been registered against ex-DGCA official Anil Gill. Now, I have this FIR copy with me. Republic have exclusively accessed the 10-page FIR that has been filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation. As per the FIR copy, this case has been registered under the Prevention of Corruption Act, Section 11, 12 and IPC Section 120B. And if these sources are to be believed, in fact, this is a case that has been registered against Anil Gill for planting favoritism to some of his close family, friends, some of his relatives. And during 2021 and 2023, they have allegedly earned rupees 2.16 crore with all these undue advantages. And as per this FIR, there are 4 aviation companies that have been named in this particular 10-page FIR that we have with us. This is our Central Bureau of Investigation that has filed this FIR against the ex-DGCA official. So this clearly is a case of misusing his official status, his official satire for something that is linked to corruption. This is a case of favoritism that was targeted to some of his close family, friends and relatives, and Republic have accessed the FIR copy. The FIR copy is with us, and this clearly is a case of corruption that has been planted by an ex-DGCA official.
In fact, Harsh, do continue to stay with me. I'll come back to you. We're getting some more information from this CBI FIR that's now Republic has accessed in this case. Now, viewers, former DGCA official has now been booked over alleged corruption, regulatory favoritism. CBI in this incident has now registered a case against former DGCA Director of Flying Training, Captain Anil Gill, alleging abuse of official position, undue favors to select flying training organizations and criminal conspiracy. The FIR that Republic has now accessed and names different aviation companies including Blue Throat Aero Global Private Limited, Redbird Aviation Academy Private Limited, as well as other Sandhills Aviation IFSC Private Limited. Now, these are few organizations which have been named in the FIR along with their directors and other unknown public servants and private persons as well. The case, viewers, stems from a CBI investigation registered in April 2025 following a complaint alleging that Gill favored select flying training organizations while causing financial detriment to competing competitors. So that's the latest that we're picking up in this case. My colleague Harsh continues to stay with me. Harsh, you were giving us details that we've now fetched through this CBI FIR. So we understand that several firms have also been named in this FIR. If you could give us details on that.
Right, Ishda, now, as we were talking about, 4 different firms have been named in this particular FIR that has been registered by the Central Bureau of Investigation against the ex-DGCA official Anil Gill. Now, in these 4 companies, among these 4 companies, there is a name of Redbird Aviation Academy, and there is also a name of Blue Throat Aero Global. Now, these are the companies that are in fact involved. As per this FIR that we have with us, in fact, Republic have accessed this particular FIR. 4 different companies have been named, and this surely is a case of corruption that has been done by an ex-DGCA official. This is a case of selective favoritism, selective privilege given to some of his close family friends. In fact, a cousin of Anil Gill has also been named in this particular FIR, and as per this FIR, this is an alleged case of rupees 2.16 crore that is being pointed out in this particular FIR, and 4 different firms have been named in this FIR that has been registered against the ex-DGCA official Anil Gill.
All right. Thanks so much, Harsh, for joining us and getting us these details which have now come to light through CBI FIR. And now we are shifting focus to massive explosions occurred in Tainan's Anan district. The explosions occurred in an open lot that was being used as a parking area. Now, the blast spread to nearby residential buildings and several people were reportedly injured as well. Here's a quick report on the entire incident. Take a look.
2 massive explosions rocked Tainan area of Taiwan. The twin blasts, which occurred in the early hours of an industrial waste area, soon spread to the nearby residential buildings. Though several people are said to have been injured in the blast, reports put the numbers of injured at around 13. Firefighters soon reached the spot after being alerted about the incident. Around 144 personnel battled the blaze and the fire was brought under control after a prolonged firefighting operation. Authorities stated that nearly 11 residential buildings were damaged and 68 households have been affected. More than a dozen vehicles have been damaged in the explosions. An investigation is underway to determine the cause behind the blasts.
All right, viewers, now breaking news coming in. At least 2 people have now been arrested in connection with Bangladeshi Hindu family murder. In fact, on Saturday night, 2nd August, police have broke the locks of a house and recovered 4 bodies. The deceased have now been identified as Ganpati Chakrabarti, a retired Hindu teacher of Rangpur Zilla School, who later practiced as homeopathic doctor. His wife, Preetilata Chakrabarti, their daughter Agami Chakrabarti, and their son Priyam Chakrabarti as well. So all 4 of them were found dead in their house. According to initial assessment of the police, this could be a planned murder as well. At the same time, looking at the condition inside the house, the possibility is there that the killings were carried out with the intention of robbery or theft. That's also being examined at the moment, but right now we understand the latest 2 people have now been arrested in this murder of an entire family in Bangladesh. All right, in fact, we also have a reaction coming in from the relatives of these 4 people. Let's take a listen.
পরিবারের 4টে প্রাণী তারা 4টা মানুষকে যারা মারে ফেলছে। ছোট্ট একটা ছেলে ক্লাস 5-এ পড়ে, মেয়েটা মাস্টার্স কমপ্লিট করলো। গণপতি চক্রবর্তী এই 31শে ডিসেম্বর জেলা স্কুলে চাকরি করতো, রিটায়ার্ড করছে। আমার আম্মা আমরা আসলে এটা তো কল্পনা করে আমরা রাত 9টায় খবর পাইলাম যে ওনাদের ফোন বন্ধ। তখন আমাদের একজন লোক দিয়ে পাঠানোর পরে জানা গেল যে পুলিশ আসতেই আমরা গাড়ি নিয়ে এসে এই অবস্থা দেখলাম। উনি এত ঠান্ডা স্বভাবের লোক, কারোর সঙ্গে জোর করে কথা বলে না। জেলা স্কুলের টিচার একজন, গত ডিসেম্বরে উনি রিটায়ার্ড করছে। স্কুলে যায় আর বাসায় আসে। মেয়েটা মাস্টার্স কমপ্লিট করছে, ছেলেটা ক্লাস 5-এ পড়ে। আমাকে যাইতে দেয়নি, আমি অসুস্থ। আমাকে বলতেছিল যে আপনি গেলে সহ্য করতে পারবেন না। আমি তো শ্বশুরবাড়ি থেকে, আমার বাসা বদরগঞ্জ। আমার মানে জন্ম থেকে বড় হওয়া পর্যন্ত জানা মতো ওনার কোনো শত্রু নেই। আমার বাবা এবং চাচা গ্রামের মানুষ হচ্ছে এত ঠান্ডা মানুষ, ওনারা কখনো কারোর সঙ্গে জোরে কথা বলেন। গণপতি চক্রবর্তী, প্রীতিলতা চক্রবর্তী। গ্রামের বাসা হচ্ছে সঠিবাড়ি বৈরাটি মির্জাপুর। আমরা সুষ্ঠু বিচার চাচ্ছি। আমরা সরকারের কাছে করজোড়ে সপরিবারের বিচার চাচ্ছি।
All right, viewers, that's a wrap on this edition of Live and Breaking on Republic TV with me, Ishita Mitra. Don't go anywhere. Coming up on the other side, as India celebrates its 3rd National Space Day today, marking the country's remarkable journey in space exploration, Prime Minister releases a special message. All the updates lined up on the other side. Stay tuned.
रंग 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 रंगीन रे, देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग बना रहे, वो जो पेंट्स रंग बना रहे। रंग 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 रंगीन रे, देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग 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 बना रहे। रंग 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 रंगीन रे, देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग 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 बना रहे। रंग 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 रंगीन रे, रंग 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 बना रहे, वो जो पेंट्स रंग बना रहे।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ और
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े, चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
Our pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
सच बेरो
कैसे करके क्या हो जाए हो गया, हम लोग को कुछ पता नहीं चला। तो हम लोग अभी क्या करेगा क्या नहीं, कैसे चलेगा क्या करेगा। मेरा घर और भी कुछ भी नहीं है अच्छा से, ठीक है, एक तो घर भी नहीं बनाया है हम लोग।
स्टॉप ठीक यूजलेस फेलो మైండ్ ఉందా అబ్బే హౌలే చచ్చిపోయారు ఇలా చూడు కైకు ఇतना भाग के आते।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ और
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। अब बताओ स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बाद एकदम सॉलिड।
कुछ तो सस्ता लो,
सब बढ़िया लो।
इसमें क्या खास बात है?
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात।
Bharatiya Janata Party has accused the Congress of paying social media influencers 25,000 rupees to attend Rahul Gandhi's Chhatron Ki Goonj program in Pune, which is scheduled on August 22nd. The BJP shared a video claiming it shows a phone conversation between a social media influencer with a worker of the Congress party.
Headlines brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can. Panama flagship carrying 24 crew members sinks off Odisha's coast. Indian Navy Coast Guard continue rescue operation. 2 rescued so far. Hindus targeted again in Bangladesh. Family of 4 stabbed to death by unidentified assailants in Rangpur. Supreme Court sets aside National Green Tribunal order holding Art of Living responsible for damage to Yamuna floodplains. Top court says there is no direct evidence that Art of Living caused the damage. India celebrates its 3rd National Space Day today, marking the country's remarkable journey in space exploration. 15-year-old boy falls into open drain in Delhi's Jasola area. Rescue operations continue. Family demands accountability. Here's breaking news coming in. NSA Ajit Doval is all scheduled to visit China on August 24th for talks with his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi. The meeting, in fact, is part of India's special representative talks on the boundary issue right now. So we're getting these details about NSA Ajit Doval's scheduled visit to China, who's now going to visit the country. The meeting, in fact, is going to be part of India-China special representative talks on the boundary issue. So he's going to hold a conversation with his counterpart as far as the boundary issues between the two countries are concerned. And it is tomorrow that NSA Ajit Doval is going to undertake this visit to China. And now we're getting more updates about the rescue operations underway in Bay of Bengal. Now the Indian Navy has also joined in the massive rescue operation for MV Ocean Winner. A P-8I aircraft has also been deployed for search and rescue in the Bay of Bengal. The P-8I aircraft tracked and dispersed life rafts at sea and also guided merchant ship to life rafts. We understand at the moment that the Navy and the Coast Guard have now joined hands in the massive search and rescue operation, which is still underway. So far, 2 out of 24 crew members have now been rescued. The Panama flagged bulk carrier carrying about 24 crew members sank in the Bay of Bengal just around 240 nautical miles from Odisha's coast. So, major updates coming in as far as the rescue operation is concerned, and 2 people out of the 24 which were on board that vessel have now been rescued. Meanwhile, Indian Navy and Coast Guard have joined in, while a P-8I aircraft has also been deployed for the massive search and rescue operations which are still underway in Bay of Bengal. All right, viewers, in fact, getting more updates on this entire incident as the Union Minister Sonowal has also now expressed a deep concern over the entire accident involving MV Ocean Winner of the Odisha coast. The Panama flagged vessel, which was carrying iron ore from Paradip ports to China, in fact, sank. We understand that all agencies are right now coordinating closely for the search and rescue operations and are actively involved in the entire process. 2 survivors have been rescued so far and are being given medical care. So this is the latest update that we're getting from the Union Shipping Minister Sonowal, who's now given us update saying that all agencies are actively involved in the search and rescue operations. Now, viewers, more breaking news coming to light. The CBI has now registered a case, a corruption and criminal conspiracy case against former DGCA official Captain Anil Gill and several other companies as well as individuals. Now, Gill, who was a director of flying training at DGCA, has now been accused of abusing his official position to extend undue favors to select flying training organizations. In fact, according to the FIR registered in the case, Gill allegedly facilitated procurement of training aircraft at nominal prices through Benami or shell entities which were managed by his relatives and then leased them to favored FTOs at a higher rate. Now, the agency says that Blue Throat Aero Global Private Limited, incorporated in 2016 with Gill's family members as directors, even bought 2 aircraft for rupees 10 lakh and rupees 37.5 lakh each and then leased them to Redbird Aviation Academy, generating over rupees 2 crore in the rentals which came in between 2021 and 2023. The FIR registered in this case also alleges regulatory favoritism. Redbird received, in fact, its FTO approval in just over 1 month, while competitors took about 4 to 6 months. The case was registered on August 21st under the Prevention of Corruption Act and IPC Section 120B. So those are the details that we've now fetched on these big allegations which have come to light against ex-DGCA official. My colleague Harsh also joining us with more details on this. Harsh, we've now accessed the FIR lodged by CBI in this case. So give us details. What are the allegations against this ex-DGCA official?
Right, Ishita. Now, if we talk about the FIR that has been lodged by the Central Bureau of Investigation against this ex-DGCA official, Anil Gill, the case has been registered against Anil Gill on the charges of Prevention of Corruption Act, Sections 11, 12 and IPC Section 120B. Republic have accessed this particular document. In fact, this is a 10-page FIR that has been filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation against this ex-DGCA official. Now, this clearly is a case of corruption. If our sources are to be believed, between 2021 and 2023, October, nearly 2.16 crores were generated in funds, and these were the funds that were generated by this ex-DGCA official Anil Gill, against whom this FIR has been lodged. This is a case of Anil Gill using his official status, using his official position for fraudulent activities. In fact, selective privilege, selective permissions were targeted to some of his close friends, some of his close relatives. In fact, one of his cousins have also been named in the FIR that has been filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation. And this, in fact, is a 10-page document, 10-page FIR that has been registered by Central Bureau of Investigation against Anil Gill, the ex-DGCA official. In fact, Republic have now accessed this particular document. We have this FIR copy with us, and this clearly is a case of corruption, selective privilege that has been given by Anil Gill to some of his close friends, and in fact, rupees 2.16 crore that were generated between 2021 and 2023. This clearly is a case of corruption, and an FIR has been lodged in this regard. Ishita.
All right, keep tracking all the updates which are coming to light in this case. For now, thanks so much, Harsh, for joining us and getting us the latest. And now, viewers, as India celebrates a National Space Day, the Indian government's push for increased private sector participation continues. While interacting with startup CEOs and founders of 20 space startups, Prime Minister Narendra Modi emphasized that India must attract global space talent and investment, while stressing that when the world thinks of space, it should look towards India. Here's more on the interaction that Prime Minister had with the space startup CEOs and his special message on today.
India is celebrating National Space Day. On this special day, Indian government set a bold target of making India a global hub for space talent. Interacting with startup CEOs, Prime Minister Narendra Modi pushed for wider use of space technology for public good. Prime Minister Narendra Modi noted that the country's space sector can become a magnet for global talent.
बहुत लोगों को हमें जोड़ना है, और जैसा मेहता ने कहा कि अब विदेश से लोग गए हुए वापस आ रहे हैं, मैं समझता हूं कि हमें ऐसा एक ऑरा खड़ा कर देना चाहिए कि इस फील्ड में दुनिया भर के लोगों को एक जिंदगी बनानी है तो हिंदुस्तान जाओ, भारत की कोई स्टार्टअप से जुड़ जाओ, भारत की कोई स्पेस एजेंसी से जुड़ जाओ। मैं पक्का मानता हूं जी, पूरा टैलेंट पूल जो है एक मैग्नेट की तरह आपके कारण हम खींच सकते हैं।
During the interaction, he also suggested creating an ecosystem and an environment where, when the world thinks of space, it looks towards India.
कॉस्ट में हम बहुत कॉम्पिटिटिव है, टैलेंट में तो कोई प्रश्न ही नहीं उठता है, और रिस्क टेकिंग कैपेसिटी हमारे देश के लोगों की वैसे भी ज़्यादा होती है, और उसके कारण हम बहुत तेजी से अपनी जगह बना सकते हैं।
Emphasizing greater collaboration between space industry and other social development sectors, PM Modi encouraged greater partnership with Atal Tinkering Labs. During the meeting, the CEOs underlined the rapid progress being made by the country's private space industry.
India's first space tech unicorn. With July 18th को हम भारत का पहला प्राइवेट रॉकेट सक्सेसफुली सैटेलाइट्स को इजेक्ट करके लॉन्च किया था, एंड दिस इज जस्ट द बिगिनिंग. जनरली वी से दैट जस्ट वार्म अप फॉर स्काई रूट. अभी शुरुआत है, एंड नेक्स्ट ईयर मिड तक हम एक लॉन्च पर मंथ हम कर रहे हैं. एंड ऑल्सो लाइक थैंक्स टू यू सर फॉर ओपनिंग अप द सेक्टर. 3 फैक्ट्री बन चुका है, 1 रॉकेट पर मंथ का कैपेसिटी है ऑलरेडी, एंड दिस इज जस्ट द बिगिनिंग. अभी फ्यूचर ड्रीम है कि 1 लॉन्च पर वीक करना है और सेवरल लॉन्चेस पर डे.
Startup leaders also highlighted the strong support from the government and collaboration within the industry. The meeting included founders from Skyroot Aerospace, Agnikul Cosmos, Pixel, Dhruva Space, Galaxy, Peersight, Bellatrix Aerospace, and Digantara, among others. The special day makes it clear that the sky is no longer the limit, and India is aiming to make its mark at the very forefront of the global space race.
Vikram 1, India's first private orbital launch vehicle.
All right, viewers, and now time to track other national headlines which are coming to light in our special segment called Bharat in One. 3 men arrested for allegedly firing a shot outside Maner police station in Bihar's Danapur area. Cops recovered a country-made pistol, a live cartridge and 2 mobile phones along with a motorcycle used in the incident from their possession. Officials said the firing was intended to induce panic among the public and further investigation is underway in the case. BJP workers staged a protest after alleging that the administration stopped them from carrying out an effigy burning demonstration against Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren. The workers claimed that they were prevented from proceeding with planned agitation leading to a protest against the administration. The BJP workers raised slogans and expressed their opposition to the restrictions on their protest. A torch rally was held by women protesters in Manipur demanding the implementation of NRC ahead of the upcoming census exercise. The protesters called for greater transparency and accountability in the process and urged officials to address their concerns before the census exercise gets underway. And now we are shifting focus. 2 people were crushed to death and 5 others were injured. This comes after a 22-foot Ganesh idol fell on them during the arrival ceremony of Bhuleshwar Raja in South Mumbai. Now the idol fell while being transported from Baikula to Bhuleshwar, around 50 meters from the pandal. Here's a quick report on the entire incident. Take a look.
An unfortunate tragedy struck during the procession of Ganesh idol in Mumbai. 2 people died and 5 others were injured after a 22-foot Ganesh idol fell over them. Officials rushed to the spot immediately after receiving the information and civic ward staff were mobilized at the scene. The officials quickly shifted the injured to the hospital, where 2 people were declared dead on arrival, while the injured are said to be in a stable condition. Preliminary investigation on the incident revealed that the idol fell due to some loose nuts and bolts in the frame. The tragedy at Bhuleshwar has raised concern over crowd safety and arrangements during such heavily attended religious processions. Further details about what caused the idol structure to collapse have not yet come out.
Here's now breaking news coming in as pressure is mounting on Haryana Congress. Now the former Haryana Assembly Speaker Kuldip Sharma has written to Congress National President seeking the removal of Dipender Hooda from Congress Working Committee. In his letter, Sharma said remarks portraying Sajjan Kumar, a convict in 1984 Sikh riots, as a role model have now angered the Sikh community and could create a serious political challenge for the Congress. So internal conflict now also brewing over the remarks that Dipender Hooda made regarding Sajjan Kumar, who is a convict in 1984 anti-Sikh riots. All right, in fact, Manjinder Singh Sirsa now joining us on phone line. Thank you, Mr. Sirsa, for joining us on this. Now, this controversy is escalating. We've seen BJP react very strongly to the remarks that were made by Dipender Hooda regarding Sajjan Kumar. And now within Congress as well, we're seeing that the internal conflict is also growing over the same.
No, first of all, I must clarify, जो Mr. कुलदीप शर्मा ने लेटर लिखा है, अच्छी बात है, उन्होंने चिंता करी है, लेकिन वो उनको ये शायद समझ होनी चाहिए कि वो ये सब कुछ तो राहुल गांधी के कहने पर ही हो रहा है। इन सबके पीछे राहुल गांधी हैं, तो कौन निकालेगा दीपेंद्र हुड्डा को पार्टी से? जिस पार्टी ने सज्जन कुमार को 1984 के सिख कत्लेआम के दोषी करार दिए जाने के बाद जेल में 10 साल से होने के बावजूद पार्टी से नहीं निकाला, राष्ट्रीय पार्टी के प्लेटफॉर्म से सज्जन कुमार के जो उनकी अंतिम संस्कार या बाकी सारी क्रियाओं के बारे में उनके पोर्टल्स के ऊपर और उनके ट्विटर हैंडल्स पर डाला जा रहा था, तो ऐसे में ये सब कुछ जो हो रहा है वो गांधी परिवार के कहने पर ही हो रहा है। गांधी परिवार, चाहे वो राजीव गांधी हो जिन्होंने कहा था बड़ा पेड़ गिरता है तो धरती हिलती है, चाहे आज उनके वंशज राहुल गांधी जी हों इन सबको पता है कि ये क्या कर रहे हैं। ये अपने सिखों के साथ जो नफरत और दुश्मनी है उसको कभी खत्म नहीं करना चाहते। इनके हाथ खून से रंगे हैं और ये खून से रंगे हाथ वालों को ही गले लगाते हैं। इसीलिए कांग्रेस ने जो कल किया है ये राहुल गांधी और कांग्रेस की इच्छा के बाद ही हुआ है। ऐसे ही नहीं है कि दो पार्टी के सीनियर लीडर बयान दे रहे थे। इसलिए ये कहना कि दीपेंद्र हुड्डा का बयान जो है वो कांग्रेस उसको पार्टी से निकाल दे, वर्किंग कमेटी से, कहीं से नहीं निकालेंगे। हो सकता है कल उनको और प्रमोट कर दिया जाए और बड़े ओहदे पर बिठा दिया जाए, ये बताने के लिए कि जो आदमी सिखों के खिलाफ बोलेगा, जो गांधी परिवार के तरीके से सिखों से दुश्मनी निभाएगा, उसको और मान सम्मान दिया जाएगा।
Right. Mr. Sirsa, I want to ask you, when we talk about 1984 anti-Sikh riots, over 2,700 people lost their lives. Of course, this is as per reports, the number could also be higher. And when we talk about the entire trauma that the Sikh community went in that period, it still, brings shock waves. So I want to ask you, do you think it is the anti-Sikh mindset of the Congress which is now being felicitated, when remarks such as this come in from senior leaders?
Definitely, it is an anti-Sikh mindset. It is in bloodline, starting from Indira Gandhi to Rajiv Gandhi to Rahul Gandhi. If you remember, the quote of Rahul Gandhi when he went on TV channel to say कि जब मेरी दादी मरी थी, exactly I would quote unquote कर, जब मेरी दादी मरी थी तो मेरे को बहुत गुस्सा था जिन लोगों ने मेरी दादी को मारा, मेरे को उन पे बहुत गुस्सा था। तो डेफिनेटली होना भी था, इसमें कोई गलत भी नहीं है, लेकिन उस गुस्से को उन्होंने आगे सिखों का नुकसान करने के लिए जो बेकसूर सिख थे उनके ऊपर वो गुस्सा निकाला। यही आज कारण है कि आप देखिए कि कोई आदमी एक भी छोटी सी झगड़ा भी हो जाए तो पार्टी उसको पार्टी से बाहर निकाल देती है कि भाई इसका आदमी के कारण फलाना झगड़ा हुआ है या मारताड़ हुई है। यहाँ पर हजारों सिखों का कत्लेआम करने वाला सज्जन कुमार, जगदीश टाइटलर, कमलनाथ, HKL भगत, धर्मदास शास्त्री, इनके आइकॉन्स हैं। कभी सुना है आपने इससे पहले देश में, दुनिया में कहीं आपने ऐसा सुना? नाजीज ने जरूर ऐसा किया था, वहां हिटलर के जमाने में जरूर हुआ था कि जो मार रहे थे गैस चैम्बर्स में डाल के उनको प्रमोट किया जा रहा था। वही नाजीज का कंसेप्ट जो है, हिटलर का कंसेप्ट जो है, वही कांग्रेस के अंदर एज इट इज आया है और उसी कंसेप्ट पे कांग्रेस चल रही है।
Right. So, sir, as Kuldeep Sharma has now demanded that Dipender Singh Hooda must be removed from Congress Working Committee, what is the demand coming in from BJP at the moment?
हमने तो क्या डिमांड करना, हमें तो पता ही है कि कातिलों का परिवार है, कातिलों का साथ देने वाला परिवार है। मैं तो कुलदीप शर्मा जी के साथ सिंपैथी कर सकता हूं, उनके साथ मेरी उनको मुझे लग रहा है कि कोई बड़ी बात नहीं कि कुलदीप शर्मा जी को पार्टी से निकाल दे कांग्रेस, कि तुमने दीपेंद्र हुड्डा के खिलाफ बयान कैसे दे दिया, ये तो उसने हमारे कहने पे दिया। तो कुलदीप शर्मा जी कहीं ना निकल जाएं दीपेंद्र हुड्डा को या इस हुड्डा को निकलवाते ये लोग, कांग्रेस के लोग, सिखों के प्रति इनकी बड़ी नफरत है। इसलिए गांधी परिवार की इस नफरत का ही कारण है कि सज्जन कुमार को 10 साल जेल में रखने के बावजूद उसका साथ देते हैं, उसके साथ खड़े होते हैं।
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sirsa, for joining us on Republic TV and sharing your inputs on this. Thanks so much, sir. Now we are shifting focus in a tragic incident in South Delhi's Jasola village. A 15-year-old boy was swept away after falling into a large open drain while trying to retrieve a kite. According to the report, locals attempting to search for him immediately after he fell but could not trace him. Police, in fact, were informed and an NDRF team was also rushed to the spot to launch a rescue operation. However, over 20 hours have passed, viewers, but the boy still remains untraced. We're getting these updates on this, but as of now, the search operation is still continuing, and in fact, we spoke to the family as well to understand their situation, how this entire incident unfolded, because it is an entire case of civic apathy when such open death traps are being found across Indian cities. Let's also listen in as to what the family is saying at the moment.
11 बजे कोई कार्रवाई नहीं हुई, कोई कार्रवाई नहीं हुई। बस जो कहीं ढूंढना है तो कहीं घूम रहे हैं।
कितने साल का बच्चा था, कितने बजे गिरा?
14-15 साल का बच्चा है, कल 11 बजे का गिरा हुआ है। हम इनसे बोल रहे हैं कि हमारी बॉडी चाहिए, बॉडी कैसे भी ढुलवा दो। कोई सुनता ही नहीं, नाले में कोई नहीं गिर।
तो यहाँ पे दिल्ली पुलिस, NDRF कितने बजे आई थी?
कल 1 बजे आई और 6 बजे चली गई। ऐसे ही ऊपर से डंडे मार के पानी में कोई नहीं घुसा, गोताखोर भी आए वो भी नहीं घुसे।
किसी ने अंदर जाके ढूंढने की कोशिश?
कोई अंदर नहीं गया, अंदर कोई जा ही नहीं रहा है। अभी आए 20-25 बंदे NDR के उधर घूम रहे हैं और नदी के ऊपर घूम रहे हैं उस तरफ, इसमें कोई नहीं जा रहा है। वहाँ उनसे वहाँ बोला तो वहाँ नहीं गए।
ये लोग उधर उधर घूम रहे हैं जो कि इसमें अभी तक नहीं घुसे हैं, इसमें अभी तक नहीं घुसे हैं और ऊपर से बस डंडों से देख रहे हैं, अपना टाइम पास कर रहे हैं। नहीं यहाँ कोई शासन आया है, नहीं प्रशासन आया है, किसी के लिए बोल रहे हैं वो नहीं आ रहे हैं। और शाम हमारे 2 बंदे नाले किनारे देख रहे थे, उससे पुलिस उठा के ले गई, उन्हें दूसरी वहाँ पर सहनवाज से वहाँ भेज दिया है, सरिता विहार थाने भेज दिया है।
हम लोगों की बस यही मांग है कि बस इनके बच्चे की बॉडी ढूंढ के तो दें सर, कम से कम इंसाफ चाहिए हमें, इंसाफ तो करें। वो बॉडी भी नहीं दे रहे हैं, ढूंढ के
पानी में उतरने का नाम नहीं ले रहा है। अभी तक कोई पानी में नहीं उतरा और यहाँ तक इस नाले का पानी तक बंद नहीं हुआ है। 24 घंटे होने वाले इस चीज के लिए। दिल्ली पुलिस क्या कर रही है? कुछ नहीं कर रही है। दिल्ली पुलिस सिर्फ घूमे जा रही है, पब्लिक को मार रहे हैं, सिर्फ पब्लिक को धक्का दे के भगा रही है कि जाओ यहाँ से, तुम्हारा क्या है, तुम्हारा रिश्तेदार है। भाई रिश्तेदार नहीं है, इंसान तो है। 11 बजे हादसा हुआ, 12-1 बजे पुलिस वाले आए हैं और शाम को 3:30 बजे जब हम लोगों ने हल्ला किया है, जब GCP आई है, GCP तक नहीं आई थी कचरा हटाने के लिए वहाँ से। और शाम को 4 या 5 बजे करीब गोताखोर आए हैं, पानी में अभी तक कोई नहीं उतरा, अभी तक नहीं उतरा, सिर्फ डंडा डाल के देख रहे हैं। सर एक बार उतर के तो देखती उसके अंदर, और हम लोगों को भगाए जा रहे हैं।
मैं ही घुसूं सर, को गोताखोर पानी के नहीं है, अंदर घुसने को तैयार ही नहीं है कोई भी, एक भी, और न जाने के नहीं है तैयार। रस्सा ने बांध के बस वीडियो बनवा रहे हैं बस खाली, और घुसने में बिगर रस्सा के और ऐसे ही दाग के आए हूँ अब भी। और देख सको आप भी कंडीशन कैसी है मेरी, बेगर वाकई घुसों में सादा ही, क्योंकि बच्चा है, काय को भी सही, मेरो हो या ना हो, काय को तो है।
Alright viewers, that's a wrap on this edition of Live and Breaking on Republic TV with me, Ishita Mitra. Don't go anywhere. Coming up on the other side, getting you all the details on how Hindus are now being targeted again in Bangladesh. Family of 4 stabbed to death by unidentified assailants in Rangpur. All the updates lined up on the other side. Stay tuned.
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बढ़ाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है, स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और फरसान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा, रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
सच बेरो
कैसे करके क्या हो गया हम लोग को कुछ पता नहीं चला, तो हम लोग अभी क्या करेगा क्या नहीं, कैसे चलेगा क्या करेगा। मेरा घर और भी कुछ भी नहीं है अच्छा से, ठीक है, एक घर भी नहीं बनाया है हम लोग।
स्टॉप ठीक यूनिलेस पेलो మైండ్ ఉందా అబ్బే అవులే చచ్చిపోయారు पिला जोड़ कई को भी इतना भाग के आते मर गए।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े।
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
Bharatiya Janata Party has accused the Congress of paying social media influencers 25,000 rupees to attend Rahul Gandhi's Chhatron Ki Goonj program in Pune, which is scheduled on August 22nd. The BJP shared a video claiming it shows a phone conversation between a social media influencer with a worker of the Congress party, who asks her to attend the event and highlight it on her social media handle. The person on the other side of the phone can be heard telling the social media influencer that she will be paid 25,000 rupees to attend the event in Pune.
If you said and the travel cost, so can you make it everything in 25 and then you can go?
Okay, and how would the payment process be done?
Payment will be after the event, 1 or 2 days after the event, and I will make the payment. I will ask your account details or UPI ID and I will make the payment. And there I will share a contact of a person. He will connect with you and he will guide you. He will provide you the pass and all.
Okay, all right.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
A very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching Republic TV. This is Shivam Dutt Mehta. The top focus story today is that a Hindu family was brutally murdered in Bangladesh. A family of 4 was wiped out, brutally stabbed, and they were locked in their homes. We'll get you all the details of this story and a lot more. But first up, let's have a look at the top headlines of the hour.
Headlines brought to you by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Panama flagged ship carrying 24 crew members sinks off Odisha's coast. Indian Navy Coast Guard continue rescue operations. 2 rescued so far. Hindus targeted again in Bangladesh. Family of 4 stabbed to death by unidentified assailants in Rangpur. Supreme Court sets aside National Green Tribunal order holding Art of Living responsible for damage to Yamuna Plains. Top court says that there is no direct evidence that Art of Living caused damage to Yamuna's fragile ecosystem. India celebrates its 3rd National Space Day today, marking the country's remarkable journey in space exploration. A 15-year-old boy falls into open drain in Delhi's Jasola area. Rescue operations continue. Family demand accountability from authorities. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval to hold talks with Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi tomorrow in Beijing on the border dispute issue. All right, viewers, let's begin this bulletin with a big breaking news development that we are getting, and this is from Goldie Berar. There is an audio that has an alleged audio leak which has taken place, where the Canada-based gangster Goldie Berar has allegedly admitted in a leaked audio clip to killing Hardeep Singh Nijjar, the wanted Khalistani terrorist whose murder outside a Surrey Gurdwara in 2023 precipitated one of the worst diplomatic crises between India and Canada. Now, Goldie Berar made the claim during a conversation with Khalistani terrorist Paramjeet Singh Pamma. Brar allegedly told Pamma in the purported clip that that is Niger, groomed and incited 16 to 17-year-olds to sell drugs. He also claimed that Niger who blackmailed young people into selling drugs and becoming informants. Now, Niger supported and strengthened these individuals so that they could use them when necessary. So this is the leaked audio, the alleged leaked audio. And this is Canada-based gangster Goldie Barar, who has allegedly admitted in a leaked audio clip that he has killed, or that they have killed, Hardeep Singh Nijjar, the wanted Khalistani terrorist whose murder outside a Sari Gurdwara in 2023 precipitated one of the worst diplomatic crises between India and Canada. We have that leaked audio clip for you. Let's play that.
ਵੀ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਚਿੱਟਾ ਵੇਚਣ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਿੱਕੇ ਨਿਆਣਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ 16 17 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਵਾਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਲੈਕਮੇਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਦੇ ਕੇਸਵਾਰ ਬਣਾਇਆ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਚਿੱਟਾ ਵੇਚਣ 'ਚ ਕਸਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡੀ, ਕੋਈ ਮੁਖਬਰੀਆਂ ਕਰਨ 'ਚ ਕਸਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਈ ਨਿੱਜਰ ਵਰਗਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਕੀਤਾ, ਮਜ਼ਬੂਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਹਰੇਕ ਮਾੜੇ ਚੰਗੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਤੇ ਹਵਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਣ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਸਾਡਾ ਪੱਖ ਆਊਗਾ ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਮਰਦਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਕ ਚੱਬਣਾ ਪਿਆ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਵੀ ਚੰਗਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਗਲਤੀ ਕਰੂਗਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਭੁਗਤਣੀ ਪੈ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ। ਚੰਗੇ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤੇ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਤਾਂ ਭੁਗਤਣੀ ਪੈਣੀ ਨਾ।
All right, let's go across to Saurav, who is tracking all the developments in the story. Saurav, this is an leaked audio, an alleged leak audio that we have accessed. And in that audio, this is Goldie Barar who's claiming that, yes, we took care of Nijjar, we killed him because he was supporting those who were behind those young boys who were selling drugs. He was encouraging them, he was supporting them, and that is exactly the reason, that is why we killed Nijjar. That's the argument, that's the statement given by Goldie Barar. Over to you for all the latest.
Yes, Shivam, this is the latest details which we are fetching from the ground, that we have accessed a leaked audio of the gangster Goldie Barar, who is speaking to Khalistani terrorist Paramjeet Singh Pamma. And in that video, Goldie Barar is seen saying that he is boasting about the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, who was shot dead in 2023 in Britain. And this is a major thing that now Goldie Barar has claimed the responsibility of killing him, and he also goes on by saying that he was involved in recruiting 16 to 17 years of age teenagers and putting them into a drug racket, and he also forced these teenagers to become an informant. And he is also saying in that video that if someone does that, he has to face the consequences like Nijjar did. And because of that only, the Goldie Barar gang has shot him. He and his associates had allegedly planned this whole assassination, and they are responsible for it. And this is a case. This case is very important because after this killing, India and Canada diplomatic relations hit rock bottom in that year, as the then PM of Canada, Justin Trudeau, claimed that Indian agents are responsible for killing of Khalistani terrorist Nijjar. But now it is all clear, and it is very evident that gangster Goldie Barar has killed and his associate has killed Nijjar in Britain, and this is a major development. And now, after this whole incident took place, last week only, the Canada police has also cleared the name of India in the killing of Nijjar. In a presser, they have claimed that there is no evidence found against India, which proves that any Indian agent was involved in killing of Khalistani terrorist Nijjar. And now this audio clarifies everything, and it goes on by saying that he was responsible for recruiting people and putting them into a drug racket, which is becoming more, which is expanding in India, and that is why they had to kill this Khalistani terrorist Nijjar, and they took the whole responsibility of his killing.
They have given their reasons why they killed Nijjar. They say that he was behind drug rackets, he was encouraging the youth He was destroying their lives, and the youth means 16 to 17-year-olds, and he was using them, and he was supporting the people who were using these youth, and allegedly he was attacking them and using them for a very long time, and he did not want them to leave that business, that drug business, and that is exactly why he had to pay for his sins. If you commit any crime, you'll have to pay for your crime. Now, this is exactly the reason they had the argument that has been given by Goldi Brar and Pamma in this case, Saurav.
Yes, Shivam, in a nearly 40-second video, it is clearly, it can be clearly heard that gangster Goldi Brar is saying to Khalistani terrorist Pamma that they have killed Khalistani terrorist Harpreet Singh Nijjar in 2023 in Britain, as he was solely responsible, in fact, for creating a drug network in India, and he was recruiting the 16 to 17-year-old youth and teenagers into this business, and he is compelling them to get into this business and sell drugs in India and also become an informer. And he is supporting those kind of individuals who wants this to happen and who are involved in this whole drug nexus which is running in India. And that is a major detail in this case. And he also took the responsibility of killing him. He said that he killed him. He and his associate were involved in planning and killing Khalistani terrorist Nijjar in 2023, as he was doing such a crime in India. And he also said that if any person also conducts this kind of crime, he will not be spared, and they will also kill him. These are the kind of shocking details which have emerged. And this audio has also cleared the name of India, that Canada was alleging that Indian agents are involved in this killing, but this was not the case. And after this video, the whole incident gets clarification, and Indian name also gets cleared on this, Shivam.
All right, yeah, thanks a lot for all the updates into the story. Let's once again play that exclusive conversation between Goldi Brar and Paramjit Singh Pamma.
ਵੀ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਚਿੱਟਾ ਵੇਚਣ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਿੱਕੇ ਨਿੱਕੇ ਨਿਆਣਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ 16 17 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਵਾਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਲੈਕਮੇਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਦੇ ਕੇਸਵਾਰ ਬਣਾਇਆ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਚਿੱਟਾ ਵੇਚਣ 'ਚ ਕਸਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡੀ, ਕੋਈ ਮੁਖਬਰੀਆਂ ਕਰਨ 'ਚ ਕਸਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਭਾਈ ਨਿੱਜਰ ਵਰਗਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਸਟਰੋਂਗ ਕੀਤਾ, ਮਜ਼ਬੂਤ ਕੀਤਾ, ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਹਰੇਕ ਮਾੜੇ ਚੰਗੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਤੇ ਹਵਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਣ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਸਾਡਾ ਪੱਖ ਆਊਗਾ ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਮਰਦਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵਕਤ ਚੱਕਣਾ ਪਿਆ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਵੀ ਚੰਗਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਗਲਤੀ ਕਰੂਗਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਭੁਗਤਣੀ ਪੈ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ। ਚੰਗੇ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤੇ ਹੋਣਗੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਤਾਂ ਭੁਗਤਣੀ ਪੈਣੀ ਨਾ।
All right, viewers, let's go across to another big breaking news development that we are getting right now, and this is Pakistan-based terror group Jaish-e-Mohammed's headquarters in Bahawalpur, and these are more visuals. Earlier, few visuals surfaced, and now we have more exclusive visuals from Bahawalpur, which shows signs of restoration that was destroyed during India's counter-terror operation, that is Operation Sindoor in 2025. This is Pakistan rebuilding its terror infrastructure, once again, and they know that these were the places which were struck by the might of the Indian Air Force, of the Indian Defence Forces, and these are the areas, these are the headquarters, these are the terror factories which were destroyed in during Operation Sindoor by our armed forces. And these are the fresh visuals that have emerged, that these areas are being rebuilt, and they have been successfully rebuilt also. And these are the terror factories which create terrorists that they prepare to fight against India. And fresh visuals have now emerged, and we have accessed those visuals. All right, viewers, now let's move on to another top story that we are tracking now. As India celebrates National Space Day, the Indian government's push for increased private sector participation continues. Now, while interacting with the startup CEOs and founders of 20 space startups, Prime Minister Narendra Modi emphasized that India must attract global space talent and investment, stressing that when the world thinks of space, it should look towards India. Here's more on the interaction and Prime Minister Narendra Modi's special message.
India is celebrating National Space Day. On this special day, Indian government set a bold target of making India a global hub for space talent. Interacting with startup CEOs, Prime Minister Narendra Modi pushed for wider use of space technology for public good. Prime Minister Narendra Modi noted that the country's space sector can become a magnet for global talent.
बहुत लोगों को हमें जोड़ना है और जैसा मेहता ने कहा कि अब विदेश से लोग गए हुए वापस आ रहे हैं, मैं समझता हूं कि हमें ऐसा एक ऑरा खड़ा कर देना चाहिए कि इस फील्ड में दुनिया भर के लोगों को एक जिंदगी बनानी है तो हिंदुस्तान जाओ, भारत की कोई स्टार्टअप से जुड़ जाओ, भारत की कोई स्पेस एजेंसी से जुड़ जाओ। मैं पक्का मानता हूं जी, पूरा टैलेंट पूल जो है एक मैग्नेट की तरह आपके कारण हम खींच सकते हैं।
During the interaction, he also suggested creating an ecosystem and an environment where when the world thinks of space, it looks towards India.
कॉस्ट में हम बहुत कॉम्पिटिटिव है, टैलेंट में तो कोई प्रश्न ही नहीं उठता है और रिस्क टेकिंग कैपेसिटी हमारे देश के लोगों की वैसे भी ज़्यादा होती है और उसके कारण हम बहुत तेजी से अपनी जगह बना सकते हैं।
Emphasizing greater collaboration between space industry and other social development sectors, PM Modi encouraged greater partnership with Atal Tinkering Labs. During the meeting, the CEOs underlined the rapid progress being made by the country's private space industry.
India's first space tech unicorn. With July 18th को हम भारत का पहला प्राइवेट रॉकेट सक्सेसफुली सैटेलाइट्स को इजेक्ट करके लॉन्च किया था एंड दिस इज जस्ट द बिगिनिंग। जनरली वी से दैट जस्ट अ वार्म अप फॉर स्काई रूट, अभी शुरुआत है एंड नेक्स्ट ईयर मिड तक हम एक लॉन्च पर मंथ हम कर रहे हैं एंड ऑल्सो लाइक थैंक्स टू यू सर फॉर ओपनिंग अप द सेक्टर। 3 फैक्ट्री बन चुका है, एक रॉकेट पर मंथ का कैपेसिटी है ऑलरेडी एंड दिस इज जस्ट द बिगिनिंग। अभी फ्यूचर ड्रीम है कि एक लॉन्च पर वीक करना है और several launches per day.
Startup leaders also highlighted the strong support from the government and collaboration within the industry. The meeting included founders from Skyroot Aerospace, Agnikul Cosmos, Pixel, Dhruva Space, Galaxy, PeerSight, Bellatrix Aerospace and Digantara among others. The special day makes it clear that the sky is no longer the limit and India is aiming to make its mark at the very forefront of the global space race.
Vikram 1, India's first private orbital launch vehicle.
All right, viewers, now let's move ahead because it's now time for a big development, a big news from the world of business now. And I have my colleague Rishita with all the latest updates in this case. Rishita, over to you for the latest development from the world of business.
Well, thanks, Shivam. Now, there's a big development that has come from the world of business. Now, it has come from SpaceX itself. SpaceX appears to be eyeing and laying its groundwork for Indian expansion, and this time it's showing up in its hiring. So according to positions on its official careers page that we have just seen, Elon Musk's SpaceX has opened 4 supply chain positions in Bengaluru. Now 3 of these are linked to Starlink itself. Now why is this important? This marks what looks like the company's first technical hiring push in India. The positions are that of a global supply manager, a supplier development engineer, and also senior supplier development engineers for injection molding and also RF integration. Now, as of today, Sunday, August 23, the listings include senior supply development engineers for injection molding and RF integration, a supplier development engineer, and a global supplier manager as well. Now, 2 of these postings went live as recently as Saturday. So you can understand how big of a notable shift this is. So back in late 2025, SpaceX India had posted a lot of these such openings, but they were mostly centered around finance and compliance functions. Now the focus has moved to a lot of technical and supply chain roles, even as Starlink's commercial rollout in the country remains stalled, pending security clearances. Well, the positions particularly are based in Bengaluru, and it requires up to 50% travel to supplier locations across Southeast Asia. Notably, SpaceX maintains similar supplier development functions for Starlink in Singapore and Hanoi as well. And out of these 19 international job openings currently listed on its career board, 4 are based right here in the country. So this hiring activity comes at a striking moment, as well as we know that India's Ministry of Home Affairs had withheld the final clearances for Starlink because of the commercial operations in the country. Now, the trigger was particularly during the West Asia conflict, saying that it had triggered the service without holding any license. So this has sparked a new question in New Delhi. One Starlink has yet to address publicly. Can a US-owned operator maintain control over its network here during moments of geopolitical tension, specifically if a foreign government steps in with conflicting demands? Now, viewers, we'll be continuing tracking this story very closely and bring you the latest updates as SpaceX eyes Indian expansion unfolding. Over to you, Shivam.
All right, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for all the updates. Keep a track of all the developments. We'll come back to you as more details emerge. All right, viewers, now let's move on to another top story that we are tracking. This is about 2 massive explosions which occurred in Taiwan's Anand district. Let's go across to that 1-minute report.
Two massive explosions rocked Tainan area of Taiwan. The twin blasts, which occurred in the early hours of an industrial waste area, soon spread to the nearby residential buildings. Though several people are said to have been injured in the blast, reports put the numbers of injured at around 13. Firefighters soon reached the spot after being alerted about the incident. Around 144 personnel battled the blaze and the fire was brought under control after a prolonged firefighting operation. Authorities stated that nearly 11 residential buildings were damaged and 68 households have been affected. More than a dozen vehicles have been damaged in the explosions. An investigation is underway to determine the cause behind the blasts.
All right, viewers, now let's move ahead and get you all the other top national developments now in Bharat in 1 minute. Now, Delhi police has stated that videos claiming permission for a protest against the UGC Equity Regulations 2026 and reservation system are false and misleading. Prohibitory orders under Section 163 of the BNSS are in force in New Delhi, banning assemblies of 5 or more people. Now, security has been tightened outside the auditorium premises. 17 people involved in gambling activities were apprehended by a 15-member police team during a raid in Tamil Nadu's Krishnagiri district. Cops seized 17 lakh rupees in cash, 17 mobile phones, a car, a two-wheeler from them. An investigation into the incident is underway. Rescue operation is underway after 2 youths were swept away in a canal. 2 people fell into the canal after their bikes slipped. Now, officials have recovered the bikes and a search operation for the 2 youths is underway. All right, viewers, it's time to slip into a short commercial break, but don't go anywhere. Coming up next, Hindus targeted again in Bangladesh. Family of 4 stabbed to death by unidentified assailants in Rangpur.
रंग 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 रंगीन रे देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग बना रहे वो जो पेंट्स रंग बना रहे रंग 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 रंगीन रे देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग 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 बना रहे रंग 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 रंगीन रे देखो कैसे भी हो दिन रंग 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 बना रहे रंग 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 रंगीन रे रंग 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 बना रहे वो जो पेंट्स रंग बना रहे
कुछ तो सस्ता लो
सब बढ़िया लो
इसमें क्या खास बात है
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट अब बताओ स्वाद आया
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
सच बेरो
कैसे करके क्या हो जाए हो गया, हम लोग को कुछ पता नहीं चला। तो हम लोग अभी क्या करेगा क्या नहीं, कैसे चलेगा क्या करेगा। मेरा घर और भी कुछ भी नहीं है अच्छा से, ठीक है, एक तो घर भी नहीं बनाया है हम लोग।
स्टॉप ठीक यूजलेस फेलो మైండ్ ఉందా అబ్బే అవులే చచ్చిపోయారు ఇలా చూడు కైకు పోయి ఇतना भाग के आते मर गए। चिल्ला जोड़ो कई को भी इतना भाग के आते मर गए। चिल्ला जोड़ो कई को भी इतना भाग के आते मर गए।
जना कर रहा था, पैसा भी भेज रहा था, मेरा बात सब कुछ मतलब क्या बोलता है जो समझ रहा था। मेरा बेटा लोगों का भी, उसका पापा का भी कुछ तकलीफ होने से फोन करने से साथ से साथ पैसा भेज देता था। तो हम लोग उसका भरोसा में सब कोई था। कैसे करके मेरा बेटी को कैसे वो काम उसका कंपनी से उसका काम ऑन था, लंच करने जा रहा था मेरा बेटी। कैसे करके वो मेन रोड में कौन गाड़ी 100 आके मेरा बेटी को ठोक दिया। वहीं पर मेरा बेटी चले गया। हम लोग को कुछ पता नहीं चला। तो हम लोग अभी क्या करेगा क्या नहीं, कैसे चलेगा क्या करेगा। मेरा घर और भी कुछ भी नहीं है अच्छा से, ठीक है, एक तो घर भी नहीं बनाया है हम लोग। इतना छोटा बेटी मेरे कैसे चलेगा ये, मेरा कैसे चलेगा ये मेरा बेटी।
चिल्ला जोड़ो कई को भी इतना भाग के आते चिल्ला जोड़ो कई को भी इतना भाग के आते
रोड क्रॉस करने के बाद
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बढ़ाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है? स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और परेशान, अरे चंकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, healthy every day.
Bharatiya Janata Party has accused the Congress of paying social media influencers 25,000 rupees to attend Rahul Gandhi's Chhatron Ki Goonj program in Pune, which is scheduled on August 22nd. The BJP shared a video claiming it shows a phone conversation between a social media influencer with a worker of the Congress party, who asks her to attend the event and highlight it on her social media handle. The person on the other side of the phone can be heard telling the social media influencer that she will be paid 25,000 rupees to attend the event in Pune.
If you said and the travel cost, so can you make it everything in 25 and then you can go?
Okay, and how would the payment process be done?
Payment will be after the event, 1 or 2 days after the event, and I will make the payment. I will ask your account details or UPI ID and I will make the payment. And there I will share a contact of a person. He will connect with you and he will guide you. He will provide you the pass and all.
Okay, all right. So will I get an official email to attend this? Because
No official email. You direct reach at the venue. I will share the location and there our person will contact with you. I will share that person number to you also.
But what exactly I have to do over there? Just attend or I have to do something?
No, you not just attend. You have to highlight the event, like make 2 or 3 videos. One, the Rahul Gandhi ji will be speaking, to record some part from there and some part from crowd. And you can make some opinion video, like talking to some people, how students especially. There are girl student invited, so you can talk to them how they are feeling about the event.
Hello and a very warm welcome to another episode of Our Estate, Building the Nation. My name is Nayan Shukla and this is your weekly window into the developments changing India's real estate and infrastructure landscape. Now this week, Rajasthan takes center stage with 8 lakh crore worth of investment proposals, all set to drive new projects across the state. And also a 5,100 crore water infrastructure push promises to reshape urban water supply across Rajasthan. In fact, the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway is getting smarter, with AI-based traffic management system being tested to track violations and improve road safety.
Rajasthan is stepping up its investment push with projects worth more than Rs 8 lakh crore now moving towards implementation. These projects are part of the investment pipeline from the Rising Rajasthan Global Investment Summit, where investment proposals worth around Rs 35 lakh crore were announced. The state government says the focus is now shifting from signing investment agreements to getting projects on the ground, with departments being directed to speed up approvals and remove implementation hurdles. The investment momentum spans sectors including manufacturing, renewable energy, defense, AI and emerging industries. Rajasthan is also expanding its industrial infrastructure with new industrial areas, logistic hubs and better road connectivity being developed to support this growth. For real estate, the impact could extend well beyond industrial land. As investments bring businesses, jobs and workers into new locations, demand for housing, commercial spaces, warehousings and supporting urban infrastructure is also likely to increase. In other words, Rajasthan's investment story is increasingly becoming an urban growth story, with connectivity emerging as one of its biggest drivers. India's Delhi-Mumbai Expressway is getting smarter with AI-powered traffic monitoring and incident detection systems being deployed on the corridor. The technology uses cameras, sensors and analytics to monitor traffic movement detect incidents and identify issues such as stopped vehicles, wrong way driving, congestion and speeding. The objective is simple: detect problems faster and improve response timing on one of India's most important road corridors. The system is now being tested on the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway with a technology designed to provide centralized monitoring and real-time traffic intelligence. But the significance of the expressway goes beyond traffic management. The corridor connects major economic centers across several states and is creating new opportunities for logistic, warehousing and industrial development along its route. For real estate, better connectivity can make previously peripheral locations more accessible to business and residents. As the expressway gets faster, safer and smarter, the areas it connects could see greater economic activity and stronger demand for supporting real estate. Water infrastructure, all three could play a key role in shaping the state's next phase of urban and real estate growth.
A second home is no longer just about owning a house away from the city. It is increasingly about the space, nature and a different way of living. The Our Estate team travels to Nowgaon to explore Aranyaka Estate and also experience what a nature-led second home living looks like on the ground. Take a look.
A large chunk of land in Punjab. Okay. And was trying to build a farmhouse for himself. Yeah. Not the typical farmhouse you find in Delhi, away from the city. And we tried helping him out for almost 6 months and we couldn't sort of find anything. Not in terms of the kind of environment he wanted, not in terms of the legalities he was looking for. And then we someone told us about this upcoming expressway called Delhi-Mumbai Expressway, and we took a trip down that expressway.
This was way back in 2021, you're saying?
Okay. 2021. And behold, we came to this beautiful piece of land surrounded by Ravilis, the mustard fields in full bloom. And that sort of, we looked at it and we thought, yes, I think the city was looking for something like this, right? And you could get this feeling that this is the place where not only the rich and famous, but people with limited resources also can look of this beautiful second home or a home away from home kind of a concept. And and that's how it all.
Great. Why the concept of second homes though? I mean, why not build something which is traditional real estate or do something, why this particular segment itself?
You know what, I would say that why we call it second home, it's not really a second home. It's like saying that my primary home is my first preference.
Architect Sujata Kohli was that we wanted to center this project as a community living. All right. Yeah. With an exceptional living. Yeah. So community being at the heart of it, we created this project where 40% of a land is just for greenery, community spaces, for people to enjoy, for kids, for elderlies. 300,000 square feet of land is just under the horticulture part.
Acha, okay.
Where we have created more facilities like children play areas, we have yoga decks, we have meditation decks, we have walkways, we have center medians, reading corners, we have a beautiful temple just sitting on the edge of the lake. We have a 0.6 acre big lake and a temple for you to just go and be still. to cater to my customers who are coming and living here.
All right.
They should not have stressed to manage their farm estates.
Yeah, because that's another responsibility
That's
in
another
itself, and
responsibility.
nobody actually wants that.
You know,
Yeah.
Partner is to look for a product which